UC, where the Blackhawks are 15-3-6 so far this year. And you look at Antti Ranta, who has played only one of the last 5 games after playing 12 straight, while Corey Crawford was hurt in December. But some very solid numbers he's put together so far. There is 6'6" Devin Dubnyk at the other end. He's won 2 of his last 3 decisions with 8 goals against. But the both Blackhawks wins where they scored 10 goals, those victories came at the expense of Devin Dubnyk. That's our 4 goaltending matchup tonight. The officials tonight led by Eric Furlat and Gord Dwyer as the referees, the linesmen Tim Nowak and Brian Pansich. Marcus Kruger is back in between Ben Smith and Brandon Bollig. They're out there to start the game tonight, and we're underway.
Well, the first period of Blackhawk hockey is brought to you by Chevy and Chevy Drives, Chicago.com. And as well, we'd like to welcome everyone in Chicago, and as well as those viewers turning into tonight's game on CSN Northwest.
Now the Oilers, Hemsky picks it up on the boards, cleared it ahead. Karan chipped it in. Hjalmarsson took a hit but cleared it ahead, and Ben Smith dropped it back. Hawks looking to get a change completed as Hjalmarsson will work his way back to the Oiler line where he was checked. And back comes the checker, Nugent Hopkins. He lost the handle at center. Now taken back by Sam Gagner. A rare appearance as a winger for Gagner. Tried to center this one. It's picked off. Then held in. Petrie had his shot blocked. This one sails up and out of play.
Had an opportunity for an early teaching point for all young hockey players out there. From our Xfinity telestrator, watch Boyd Gordon. He's going in to make a hit on Nicholas Hjalmarsson. Stop it right here. Look where his stick is. His stick is up in the air. Where's the puck? It's down here. Get your stick on the ice. I mean, that's just habit. You want opportunity to get that puck, you got to get your stick on the ice.
And a minimum, he could have gummed up the pass and went right to the right winger who was wide open, Ben Smith.
It's one of those things, Pat. It's a teaching point, and it happens at the highest level. Obviously, we just saw it.
That's a veteran player. You know, and a pretty good, solid defensive player, but...
Question that we ask always at the youth hockey camps, Pat, is in order to separate that player from the puck, if your stick is up in the air, how close do you have to get to the guy? Well, the answer is you got to be right next to him. But if your stick's on the ice, how close? Well, it depends on how long the stick is, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it's pretty common, but force that guy to pass the puck through your stick.
Now, Patrick Kane tonight has Shaw in the middle and Saad on the left. As Glenville again jumbles up a few things, trying to get some offense generated. Jordan Everly ran into some contact on the boards from Leddy, and back come the Hawks. Patrick Kane gains the line. Saad heading for that, but the pass hit him in the leg. I think he was trying to get it across to Leddy, who was coming late. Yakupov the other way. Now Arcabello hit hard by Shaw. It's held in by Petrie. Here's a long hot pass that deflected away from Everly. He threw it in front. Yakupov, his stick lifted nicely by Saad. Now Petrie a blast. That never got through. And the Oilers momentarily kept it in. Shaw got rid of it. And the both teams making some changes on the go. And you can see Arcabello with a bell ringer of a hit from Andrew Shaw as the shot attempt deflects out of play.
Well, you mentioned the big hit, and that is our BMO Harris bank check replay, and that timing play for Andrew Shaw on the former Yale Bulldog, Mark Arcabello. He bounced right back up and got back into play.
Oduya looks for Bickle. He rolled it deep. Ferentz shifted up the boards, held in Hanses. Now Ferentz is checked. It's picked up by Versteeg. Dropped it out to Hjalmarsson. He'll take a long shot. And a save by Dubnyk through a screen provided by Hanses. Good save by Dubnyk, again allowing no loose change with a screener in front of him.
Full time now, partner, for our Hyundai. What to look for, and last night, Pat, just too many pretty plays. The Hawks not shooting the puck with the opportunities there, so more straight-ahead meat and potatoes type of hockey, and the Oilers are a team that are really built on speed. They want to play that good transition game. That's one of the best things that they do, is play that transition game from defense to offense. So limit the speed of the Oilers, and the best defense in the world is to have the puck, not allow them to dictate the pace.
Taves wins a draw. Keith shot it wide. Ron couldn't get it out. Justin Schultz follows up, and now this one is cleared back to center. Hossa steps back in. Haran got to him, was able to take it away. And shot back into Chicago territory. Will it go far enough for icing? Yes. A reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller time later in the game tonight. It'll be brought to you by Miller Lite. Well, Joel Quenneville, you see his work against the Oilers as the Blackhawks head coach. I don't think concern would be the right word, but I mean, there are high expectations here, and here's a long shot from Keith that's handled easily by Dubnyk. The Hawks have scored 5 goals in their last 3 games, so that's not what they're used to. We certainly, in the game last night in Montreal, the Canadians outchanced the Blackhawks, and that's not a typical way for this team to go about things.
And they're just in one of those ruts right now, Pat, where the game isn't coming easy. And what I mean by that is the chances that they're getting, or the possibilities of an opportunity, are being shut off, or they're overpassing, like we talked about in our Hyundai, what to look for. So I think right now for the Hawks is to simplify your game straight ahead. Less is more. Pucks and people to the net, and then all of a sudden those other plays and confidence will start gaining. I mean, go back to the goal with Hossa scored there last night, Pat, in Montreal. I mean, we both felt it. I mean, you felt the surge coming from the visitors last night in Montreal, because they gained some confidence. All of a sudden there was some belief, and they had 3 or 4 really good shifts right after that. So right now they're going through a tough time. I go back to the start of the season, Pat. I think it was a stretch of like 6 or 7 games where the Hawks hadn't scored in the third period. Right? Yeah. They couldn't score in the third period, and it was like, oh, the roof was falling in. I understand, but, right now I think they got to get back to basics, got to get the nose over the puck mentality and work straight ahead.
Taylor Hall, their leading scorer. Good pass to Gagne. He didn't shoot it for some reason. Tried to throw it in front. Picked off Hjalmarsson, who sprawled to the deck to make the block. Then Taves finds Hossa. And the Hawks start back. Oduya throws it deep. Now the Oilers, Gagne hold it to center ice. Patrick Kane with just 1 assist in his last 6 games. That's a real drought for him, and is what has been an otherwise spectacular season. So all of a sudden, another guy who the offense has been a little bit more sporadic for.
I think Patrick Kane tried to do a lot of things by himself, Pat, now just trying to press him and to get his team on the board.
Shaw getting a chance to be his centerman. Tried to feed Saad. The pass that you saw broken up. Fell off, cleared it up the board.
Good play by Yakupov there defensively, coming all the way back.
Wow. Dallas Eagles may want to replay that comment you just made. I wonder how many times that's been said this year for Yakupov. Well, the Oilers reorganize as they change. This one dumped into the Blackhawk zone. Ryan Smith unable to pry it out of the corner. Now Bickle takes over. Coming down the stick of Seabrook. He was hit hard but managed to clear the zone. The veteran Smith cleared it ahead. This puck dumped in by Luke Gazdic, and the Oilers change. Here's Bickle, who kicked it toward the middle. That one nearly stolen cleanly. Alex able to get it back, and Seabrook to Versteeg, who was well covered, but managed to get it out of there. Petrie's pass bounced loose, chased down. Hemsky drives, goes to the backhand, shoots, he scores. What a move, Alex Hemsky, who hadn't scored in quite a while, but able to pull it to the backhand and give the Oilers the lead. Petrie's pass pass, bounce loose, chase down, Hemsky drives, goes to the backhand, shoots, he scores!
He scores!
Hemsky, who hadn't scored in quite a while, but able to pull it to the backhand and give the Oilers the lead.
Give the Oilers the 1-0 lead. It's 23rd.
The one thing the Oilers have done early in this game, Pat, and it's going to be an adjustment the Blackhawks are going to need to make, is through the middle of the ice. They're passing the puck through the middle of the ice a lot. They're exploiting the Blackhawks through the middle. Hemsky finds his rolling puck. Is to the far outside, and he takes his puck right to the net. And there, Antti Ranta's got to come out there, Pat, and poke check Alex Hemsky. Can't let him bring the puck right through the blue paint there. Now, give Hemsky credit. He stayed with it, and the one thing he did too, Pat, is he took the puck to the net. He took the puck right to the middle and flip him. There is he's got, or you got to either come out at that guy and flip him physically, or you got to poke check that puck and go for it and not allow him to go from one side of the net to the other.
I saw the Oilers able to strike first. Here's an icing, calls a pass, misses sharp. Coach, you like play, and then over. Sam Gagner, just his third appearance as a winger for the Oilers. They made a couple of passes and wind up back in their own end. Here's Schultz starting back. Dustin Schultz chipped it deep. Arcabello in on Keith. Keith able to hold the puck. It's cleared loose, and here comes Saad. Brandon Saad into the zone, pulls up, trying to find a trailer. He put a pass behind Keith. Here's Kane down low, looks in front. Saad was well covered. Kane hangs on. Flipped it to the middle. There's Keith with a shot. He missed the net. Great chance for Keith. Good read to jump in open ice, and Patrick Kane, a perfect feed, found him. But a dunk, and Keith couldn't hit the target. Now it's taken by Seabrook. A long flip shot. Keith goes wide to Seabrook. In behind his side. To Kane. He was checked. And the Oilers able to clear it out. They might have a breakaway. Oh, and a pass just missing Eberle. He was behind everybody, and he caught the feed. Would have been off. Hanzus ran out of room at center. And now the Oilers look to start back. Gazdic chipped it deep. Eldon Brookbank is back in the Hawks lineup. Threw it to the boards. And Bickle settles things down. Brookbank, who's played in only one of the last 6 Hawks games, didn't connect on that pass attempt. A good keep, Leddy. Bouncing puck into the corner, Hanzus. To Versteeg. He dropped it back. Bickle with a wrist shot. That was blocked. Rebound into the blue paint. Dubnik having a fall on it. I don't think Devin did. And all of a sudden, the puck had gone, coming off the far post. And all of a sudden, as he fell down, he just happened to fall on top of it. Well, the Oilers have struck first for nearly halfway through the opening frame.
Welcome back to United Center up at press level. I'm Tracy Myers for CSNChicago.com. Andrew Shaw talked yesterday about his recent struggles. The Blackhawks forward's known for his energy, but said he hasn't been bringing enough of that lately. And in our Geico quote, Shaw said, "There's more in the tank that I can give, and I just haven't been giving everything. Maybe it's the way I'm focusing in games or the way I'm preparing, but I have to better myself." Pat and Eddie, back to you.
Thank you, Tracy. Well, good start for Andrew Shaw with a couple of big hits, getting his nose over the puck mentality, and best chance of the game, Pat, for the Hawks. Here's Patrick Kane. Watch Duncan Keith get into this soft little area. Spacing, great pass on the backhand. Duncan Keith misses the net by a good 1.5 feet. And here's that opportunity, Pat. The puck's right under. Watch Chris Versteeg get hogtied there by Jeff Petrie. Right part of your screen. Watch this. You talk about holding? I mean, that's 15 yards right there. There you see the reaction from Chris Versteeg.
Yeah, interesting that that got no attention from anybody in stripes, but we're back to the play, and Keith fired it out to center.
The officials were probably trying to find that puck, too, in fairness to them.
Oh, no question.
Trying to not looking over to see the holding or hooking, whatever was going on.
Kane takes it off the inboards, walks to the middle, hangs on. I had a shot blocked. And Petrie cleared it to center ice. The Hemsky goal, he's got the puck now. His goal that started the scoring tonight, he hadn't had a goal in 16 games. Unable to get it started for the Oilers. Made a good pass here in front. The shot never got through Nugent Hopkins. It deflects to center and Kane corrals. Patrick Kane trying to move in. Forced to the boards. As Justin Schultz stayed with him. Now a shot was whipped on by Oduya. Edmonton starting back. Gagne peels off. Dropped it to Hall. He threw it back. Schultz centered it. Here's a shot by Gagne to save Runs a rebound. And he stopped the second attempt from Hall. Now Ferentz keeps it in long blast. Good save. Ronson with his left pad. And the rebound cleared to center.
Good effort there from Saad at the end of a long shift to make sure that puck got out of the zone.
Now a pass in front. Hall, the shot. Missed the target. The leading scorer for the Oilers. Unable to find the net that time. Now Taves rolled it ahead. He had his pass picked off, though. Oduya pressured it behind Stolen Hall. Threw it in front. Picked off by Taves. And now the Hawks will be able to get out. Taves, who has a 5-game scoring streak. Stop and go move, turns deep, hangs on, centered it. Hosen missed it. Sharp couldn't get rid of a shot. Now tries, and a save by Dubnyk. An awkward stop, but he did make it. And the Oilers, Gagne, got checked at center ice. Nick Schultz cleared it. The Hawks dump it right back in. They look to complete a change. Beloff, who completed a Edmonton comeback the other night. They were down 2-0 to Pittsburgh. Came back and beat the Penguins in overtime. His first team gold icing. But it was Beloff that got the overtime goal, his first. And that was for the Oilers, a team that's won only 15 times so far this year. As uplifting a win as maybe they've had all season long.
Yeah, a real gutsy performance at home, trailing and finding a way to eventually win that game and beat the Penguins on home ice.
Now the draw. Cleared to center. Arcobello spins back. That pass picked off. Keith cleared it ahead. Petrie chasing it down for the Oilers. But Petrie cleared it out. Now Versteeg steps right back in. Looking to center one. Delayed penalty coming up to the Oilers. Here's a Keith Keith. Dropped it to Bickle. Put it across. Seabrook cuts in. Trying a shot that went wide. And now the Oilers get it. The whistle sounds. And they're going to be short-handed. As the veteran Ryan Smith is going to beat the official to the penalty box.
I know that feeling. Are you or someone you know working with a program or institution that creates a positive impact for our community? Submit a nomination for the CME Group Community Spotlight Fan of the Game. Each Fan of the Game recipient will be awarded 2 Blackhawk tickets and an official Blackhawks replica jersey. As you mentioned, partner, there's Ryan Smith. Not a good penalty on Chris Versteeg if you're the Edmonton Oilers. And here's an opportunity on the power play for the Hawks to get back in this game for the Oilers.
There's 2 goals in the last 5 games for the Blackhawks on the power play. Taves will roll it back to Sharp, then Keith. A long hot pass but never reached Kane. It was deflected by Schultz. Now Taves has got it. Shaw battling front of the net. Kane takes a look. Taves lost it to Ferentz. And Shaw checked him and regains control. Sharp couldn't get a rolling puck to settle down. Now Taves. Keith one-timer. Might have hit the leg of Shaw deflecting wide, and the Oilers able to clear.
Nice movement there. Good rotation. Right idea. And Dubnyk never saw that bad because Andrew Shaw doing his job on the power play.
And Eddie, we mentioned just 2 goals the last 5 games for the Hawks power play. Maybe as troublesome. They've only had 8 chances. I mean, 8 power plays in 5 games. The puck possession speed team, you like to be getting to more dirty areas and creating a few more hooks and holes.
More support, Pat. I think more support. Less one-on-one play would lead to more opportunities.
All right, 40 for the man advantage as the Hawks change him up. Leddy put it on the stick of Hossa. The birthday boy dropped it back. That's offside. Aaron Hossa, 35 years of age today.
Well, that's a young hockey player right there. In my world, anyway. Pat, here's the opportunity. The pass, right? But again, net front presence. Watch where this puck goes. The shot by Duncan Keith. There's Devin Dubnyk. I mean, right there. I mean, that is the right setup. Different look. Taves was over to the left of Dubnyk. Where was he on that chance? He was on the right. So more movement, good opportunities.
There's 2 offsides on the same power play, which doesn't help things for the man advantage team.
Oh, now what that tells you is you got to shoot the puck in and go get it. 20 man. It's not bad. They tried to carry the puck in. Hasn't worked. Okay. So now Edmonton's lining 4 players up, forcing you to make moves at the blue line. When you get a chance, the puck's got to get in there, and everybody knows. Go. Not by Dutz.
The birthday boy dropped it back. That's off.
Front. Different look. Taves was over to the left of Dubnyk. Where was he on that chance? He was on the right. So more movement.
Yes, Irving.
That's 2 offsides on the same
And the one
power
to
play,
play.
which doesn't help things for guys
It's
on
the
the
Oilers.
same.
Making it 2-0 lead.
That's 2 offsides on the same power play, which doesn't help things for the man advantage team.
Now what that tells you is you got to shoot the puck in and go get it. Twice now, Pat. They tried to carry the puck in. Hasn't worked. Okay. So now Edmonton's lining 4 players up, forcing you to make moves at the blue line. And when you get a chance, the puck's got to get in there, and everybody knows you got to go get it.
Hossa has to turn back for this, and now will move away. But as he does, the Hawks, for the Oilers penalty over both teams. Post tight. Here's Smith gets out of the box. Good blocker save by Runta. Rebound to Foley. He got checked right away. Both teams at full strength now. As Justin Schultz. That's a check by Bowling. Dumping it back in there. Nick Schultz gets back. Put it up the boards. Bowling. Oh, he took a run and delivered another good check. Here's a long shot. Jones. A long shot. Teams at full strength now. Bound to Bowling. He got checked right away. Both teams at full strength now. As Justin Schultz. A good check by Bowling. Dumping it back in there. Nick Schultz gets back. Put it up the boards. Bowling. Oh, he took a run and delivered another good check. Here's a long shot. Jones. Dumping it back in there. Nick Schultz gets back. Put it up the boards. Bowling. Oh, he took a run and delivered another good check. Held it in. Dubnyk.
By Kruger. The shot by Hjalmarsson, and you had somebody in front of the net. And to me, it looks like Ben Smith redirected that puck about 20 feet out in front of Devin Dubnyk.
If that's his goal, would be his 6th of the year. It certainly didn't look like a redirect. From well out in front of Dubnyk.
There's the shot by Hjalmarsson, and that great hand-eye coordination from Ben Smith. Again, you see Devin Dubnyk, he's moving to his right, and then at the last second with the redirect by Ben Smith. And then at the last second with the redirect by Ben Smith. Dubnyk looks, but he's already sliding, and there's no chance to be able to make that stop. Great execution by everybody on the ice.
Beloff hit his own man with a long shot attempt, and now the Hawks Smith rolled it ahead. Bowling flipped it around the board.
That was Gordon, Pat, that took that shot, and he's the guy that won the faceoff. So I could see the thought process for him is going, if I'm going to get hit like that, I'm not going to win.
Certainly, we're not the guys out there trying to do it, but everybody has a role and a job to try to perform. It's a hard job to execute. On a night in, has a role and a job to try to perform.
A difference maker like on that play, Pat, you picked up. You finished the hit on the right guy, Taylor Hall, and the Hawks got a goal up on the board.
Everly rolled it back to an open Petrie, put it to Arcabello. His shot into the glove. Aranta was going to go wide. Aranta handles it anyway and stops the play with 4.5 left in the first. And Ben Smith with some nice hand-eye to score his 6th of the year.
Oilers 2-0.
Xfinity Telestrator. Here's Jeff Petrie. Look at all of this ice here. Somebody standing in front of the net. But watch what he does. He decides to pass this puck over to Mark Arcabello. Really, there's an opportunity. Again, we talked about it last night in Montreal, Pat. The Hawks had a lot of those similar type of plays last night where there was a lane there, and he decided, you know what, I'm going to bypass it and get it to somebody better. Well, how often do you stand right in the middle of the ice with somebody standing in front of the net where you got an opportunity to get it to the net? Teams defend so well, you can't bypass opportunities to get pucks to the net.
Patrick Sharp moves away to Hossa, looks to the backhand, a shot, and a save by Dude. The rebound just out of the reach of Sharp. And the Oilers come back. Gagne checked at center ice. Taken away to Oduya, who delivered the initial hit. His pass didn't work. The icing race is on, and Taves going to save a whistle. Now Taves working against Fair and steals. Taves got help from Chalmerson. Threw it out in front. That one is picked off. Hall comes back. Taylor Hall to Sam Gagne. Looks back to Hall. And look who got back there defensively. Chalmerson, who started the sequence behind the other net. He got back beautifully. Here's Hossa with a shot. And it's a rebound. Another save by Dubnyk. Now taken by the Hawks. Seabrook. His hot pass didn't connect. And it's picked off by Petrie. As Petrie chipped it deep. Got to it. Gagne threw it in front. It's picked off by Bickle. In behind Bickle. And it's taken away by Petrie. And the Oilers now start back. Picked up by Seabrook. Versteeg. Into the zone. The Oilers trying to regroup now.
Good hit by Bickle behind the play on Jones after he made that backhand pass across the ice. A couple of the bigger, heavier bodies, Pat, getting involved up front. You mentioned Bowl a couple times. There's a good hit by Bickle. Andrew Shaw with the big hit on Arcabello. Not a big guy, but plays big.
Transmission is up on the Flow.com side racing station.
Oh, there's Brian Bickle. His dad's in town. Always great to see Mr. Bickle in town. From our Xfinity Telestrator, talk about the good hit, finish check, make a guy pay a price. And Pat, you picked up on it. There's Nicholas Chalmerson. 4 on number 4. Pass, and look at Nicholas Chalmerson. Shot out of a cannon. Denies that opportunity from Sam Gagne over to Taylor Hall. Great work there from the man known as Hammer, Nicholas Chalmerson.
Icing Edmonton here.
Well, tonight, join Comcast Sportsnet as we follow bobsled Olympian Asia Evans in a year-long journey of training and competing for her chance to win Olympic gold in Sochi. Quest for gold, Asia Evans, tonight at 9 on Comcast Sportsnet. Always good to have one of these great 6 o'clock starts tonight, partner, at the United Center. But folks, don't forget, next Sunday against the Boston Bruins, an 11:30 a.m. start here at the United Center. Well, how would we describe the 11:30?
I'm going to leave that to you. It's you NBC dudes that are making that happen. All right, here come the Hawks. Kane gains the line, put it in front, shot of the goal. He couldn't quite complete the move to the backhand. Saad dropped it to Keith, a long shot. Dubnyk saw it all the way. Now Kane back to Keith. Here it comes. And it hit it leg out in front.
It's got to be at least the 7th attempted shot by Duncan Keith in his first period, Pat. The puck is finding him in the offensive zone. And when that's happening, you keep finding those areas to get the puck. Eventually, you got to believe one's going to go in or deflect off of somebody. Duncan Keith finding the groove in the offensive zone right now.
Hall put it out, or Everly put it out in front of shot, deflected up high. Now it's cleared over to the other side, and a long shot handled easily by Ranta. Yakupov for the Oilers. Jammed it towards the middle. It's captured by Sharp. And he fires it around the board. Back to center ice. Into the final minute now of the opening period. Jeff Petrie cleared it over to the other side now. Gagne looks towards Hall, who was behind it. And it's picked up by Chalmers with half a minute to go. Petrie around for Hall. He tried to clear, held in Oduya into the glove of Dubnyk.
As we saw on the Oiler goal, Alex Hemsky taking the puck hard to the net, forehand, backhand, right-handed shot coming down the right wing boards. Here comes Andrew Shaw. Just is not able to finish that play off. Forehand, backhand. You take the puck to the net like that, there's a pretty good chance is that somebody's looking to wish you a happy birthday about 6 months early. So you got to have some courage to go to the net. But if you want to score, you got to get to the middle of the ice. And I think Andrew Shaw's had a real strong first period here, Pat.
Hasn't he? I mean, now he's only had 1 goal, no assists over his last 13 games. Well, 13 plus, 13 and a third, but 31 hits over that time is my point. So he's contributing in other ways, even though it's not showing up on the score sheet. Hemsky opened the scoring for Edmonton. Ben Smith got it back for Chicago. The Hawks out shooting the Oilers 11-7 in the first 20 minutes tonight. A long 16-game drought broken by Hemsky, and then Smith the answer for the Blackhawks.
This period of Blackhawk hockey was brought to you by Chevy. Chevy drives Kane and Taves, and ChevyDriveChicago.com. Visit your Chevy dealer. Blackhawks hockey on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Hyundai. The brain says smart. The heart says gimme, gimme, gimme. Visit buyhyundai.com today. BMO Harris Bank. Get the official BMO Harris Blackhawks debit MasterCard at bmoharris.com/fancard. Ford. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach. And by Kia. To learn more, visit mykiachicago.com.
Well, Hawk fans, remember to bring your Blue Cross and Blue Shield card to all Blackhawk home games for a chance to be part of the Blue Cross upgrade experience. Carry the card that gives you benefits wherever you are. Blue Cross, through it all. Welcome back to the United Center. Ones are wild after the first period of play. The Hawks and the Edmonton Oilers. Well, as it happens a lot on game day here at the United Center, the Blackhawks have and entertain youth hockey players all over our great state. And earlier today, the young hockey players, boys and girls from Bloomington, Illinois, were up here. And helping out on the ice are members of the Bloomington Thunder of the Southern Professional Hockey League. And there's my son, Eddie, helping out some of those young hockey players along with his teammates Burke Gallimore, BJ O'Brien, and Tyler Noseworthy. And a great initiative by the Blackhawks and the youth hockey department to bring in teams from all over our great state, Pat, as you know, and whether they're practicing in a clinic or playing games. Andy Cammons, Nick Roca, Pete Hassan do an unbelievable job with the Blackhawk youth hockey department, not only here locally in Chicago, but the suburbs in our state. And great to see those young professional hockey players giving back to the community, and what an opportunity to be here at the United Center.
That's what was really cool about the whole thing. You were down there by the ice watching all the goings on, and good for young Eddie Olczyk to doing a lot of the similar types of things that his dad's been doing for years around here, which is promoting and helping young hockey players get the enjoyment of what this great game can give them. So good for him, good for them. Great for the Blackhawks to, as they do regularly, welcome with open arms all these youth groups that come in here and get a chance to skate on UC ice. That's got to be special for them.
Remember that forever.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple of busfuls coming in, so 50 kids were on the ice. And again, members of the Bloomington Thunder there in the Southern Professional Hockey League in Bloomington. So good luck to those guys the rest of the year. Head coach opportunity to come out and coach these young hockey players.
All right, here's Smith looking to set a quick shot. Might hit the side of the net as a quick one-timer from Kruger didn't seem to hit the target cleanly. Well, the Hawks try to keep control while they make a change. Taves fights his way back in, but had it stripped away. And the Oilers take over.
And the second period of Blackhawk hockey is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Besides everybody here in Chicago.
Here's Nugent Hopkins looking to center. Oh, and the pass not caught cleanly. Oilers had something going because Jalmerson broke his stick at the blue line. And they took off from there.
Also like to welcome everybody watching in on CSN Northwest.
Ryan Nugent Hopkins carries it. They got a 4-on-2. Here's a pass for Hall back to Hopkins. He shoots. What a save by Runta. Rebound cleared up the boards, and Sharp's got it. Patrick Sharp looks towards Taves, and it's cleared into the Oilers zone. Sharp to the corner. Met there by Marinson, and Sharp won the puck out in front. Hosai shot went off a skate to Taylor Hall. He cleared it around the boards. Marinson able to tie up Sharp. Nice there. He was going to steal that pass around the boards. So the Oilers get it out as a result. That kid, Martin Marinson, just 21 years of age, and this just is his 10th ever NHL game. They really like him, though. Steve Smith, who works with the Oilers defenseman, thinks this guy might have a real nice future in the NHL. Here's Kane looking to set with a shot. In and out of the glove of Dubnyk. And then Gagne hacked it up the boards. A good keep, Seabrook. Now Shaw, and then Seabrook, a bouncing puck taken away. Yakupov 2-on-1 the other way. But what a stick from Keith. He broke up the rush attempt. Yakupov gets in, tried to center. It didn't connect. And the Hawks start back. Kane, Saad to Shaw. His shot is gone! Andrew Shaw, who delivered a huge jolt in his first shift of the game, got himself into it, and he scores early in the second to put his team in front.
Pat, you picked up on it, but I think it's important to show it. A 2-on-1 back the other way for the Edmonton Oilers. The stick of Duncan Keith stops the 2-on-1. You don't know what's going to happen from there. The Oilers never got the puck in. But Kane, Tassad, and Andrew Shaw goes top shelf. And I think that surprises Devin Dubnyk with the reaction. He was down, and you love the reaction from Andrew Shaw. And that's a big-time goal there with the great pass from Kane to Saad. The shot by Andrew Shaw. And again, go back to that play, Pat, by Duncan Keith. You just don't know what's going to happen if the Oilers are allowed to make that play 2-on-1. They come back all the way down and create a chance.
Well, the terrific D-man breaking up what really should have wound up with a good Edmonton chance. And a few seconds later, his team scores at the other end. And Andrew Shaw, who now has 12 goals this year, a third of them have come against the Oilers. He's got 4 against Edmonton this season.
Andrew Shaw.
Now the Oilers, Jones, checked by Brookbank. Ryan Jones will peel it off the boards. Unable to do that. Hanzus starts the Hawks back. Here's Leddy gaining the line. Leddy's pass just missed Hanzus. And it's taken by Ferentz. Able to clear to center. Smith turned it over there. Bickle dumped it back in. Going to be picked up. Kruger left it for Jalmerson. Smith And it knocked away. Hjalmarsson has to turn quickly. Hemsky in pursuit. He steals. Hemsky's pass, though, broken up by Hjalmarsson. Now the Oilers able to keep it in, but it was knocked down with a high stick, so the whistle stops the play.
Well, this Tuesday, January 14th, the Hawks will take on the Colorado Avalanche. Be one of the first 10,000 fans to come inside the United Center, receive a Blackhawks scarf. Presented by the great folks at Private Bank. Visit ChicagoBlackhawks.com for ticket information. A couple of good-looking, happy humans. Hawks with a 2-1 lead. Well, they got to keep lifting up the bills of those hats, partner. They get lost in there.
It's kind of shady in here, isn't it? All right, now Bollig tried a shot that was blocked. Kruger to Bollig. He shoots one, and that didn't get through. Smith in deep. Bollig tries again, 3 for $1, and I don't think any one of them was able to get to the target. Smith to Kruger, and his pass was behind Bollig. And Aranta will play it to Seabrook. Here's Smith. Kruger got checked. And a 4-man battle along the boards. Works loose to Sharp. Tries for a bad angle. It's picked up by Oduya. Sharp's in behind. A wraparound came right through the bullpen. Dubnyk had no idea where it had gone. Kruger was on the other side of the net. Never quite got the puck under control, or he would have had a tap in. Back comes Petrie. Now Nugent Hopkins. Let it taken away to Oduya. Nicholas Hjalmarsson backhands it up the boards. A good keep by Gagne. Now Nugent Hopkins tried to feed Gagne. Instead it goes to Hall. Taylor Hall taken down, and Sharp sends it out of there. Good shift here for the Oilers. Here's Ferentz right back in. Gagne checked. Hall retrieves. His pass off the skate. Now tried again. Gagne. And his one-timer might have been blocked by Hjalmarsson. And the rebound cleared back ahead. Here's a chase down by Hossa. Walks in. His shot is blocked. And deflects out of play.
Well, good opportunity for Patrick Sharp. A wraparound, throws it to the front of the net. Look at Dubnyk. He's looking down, and that puck is already to the right. Dubnyk, watch where this puck is, and then watch where it goes. Look at Dubnyk. He's still looking down. He had no idea, as you mentioned, Pat, where that puck was. Good idea there from Patrick Sharp to get that puck to the front of the net. No hesitation as well. He got it, and he went right to the front of the net with it.
Brookbank around for Kane. Now Saad gets in. His pass deflected. Kane got it back. Kane able to keep it in. Now Shaw from the corner looks for Saad. Landon Saad battles to the middle. He's going to get to the goal. Saad quick for the trigger. Rebound in front. Shaw. Big save by Dubnyk. Turnaround blast from Andrew Shaw. Dubnyk beat him. Now Kane moves in shooting. Dubnyk held the post. Rebound to the boards. And the Oilers will clear the zone. Will it go far enough? No icing. Leddy's got to play it. Here's Bickle getting in. His shot is blocked. And Bickle taken away by Smith. Around to Nick Schultz. Versteeg steals it. Now it's chased down by Jones. And he'll hoist a backhander the other way. Hjalmarsson will have to play it. Bickle for Hjalmarsson. Rolled it ahead. Here's Versteeg with a little space. Shooting one. And he missed the net. Rebound taken by Hanzus. His shot is stopped by Dubnyk. In behind. A pass from Versteeg goes off the escape. And Gazdic the other way. And what? Duncan Keith again in the passing lane just a couple of feet from where he broke up. Another nice rush attempt. Seabrook tried to get it to the goal. Not much on it. And the Hawks look to keep the heat on. Here's a pass in front. A shot from Smith deflected wide. Now Smith. Grabbed by Schultz. But Smith held on to it. Then Kruger did not get it out in front. Smith takes over. And Smith to Duncan Keith along with missed the net rebound. Is in behind. Kruger came out with it. Centered it. Keith, and his shot hit his own man, I believe, in front of the net. And the Oilers, trying to relieve the pressure, will happily accept an icing. So a great shift there for the Hawks' fourth line, which followed up a previous shift that was pretty good also.
These guys are out of gas for the Edmonton Oilers. If I'm Dallas Eakins, the head coach of the Oilers, I got to use a timeout here. I almost thought there, Pat, here's that opportunity, Kruger to Duncan Keith, and I don't know if it went off of Schultz or Ben Smith in front of the net. But in that situation there, Pat, if I was Antti Raanta and coaching over the years, is when you know you have a team on the run and they ice the puck, especially in the long change in that second period, you tell your goaltender, play that puck. Don't let those guys come off the ice. Get out there, play it, move it up, and keep those guys on the ice. Now, again, that's a set play. You got to remind your goaltender of that. If you can play that puck and get out and not let them get off, you got a good chance, because the Hawks could have had 3 full changes on there, Pat. They could have against 3 or 4 guys out there. So, great shift, though. A great shift there for the fourth line. And, again, Duncan Keith, you picked it up again, Pat. Great stick to allow that pressure to happen.
Hawks win a draw. Chalmerson threw it around the boards, and Dubnik's stick got in the skates of Shaw, but we play on. Hemsky got it as far as the blue line. Oilers trying to get a few fresh bodies out there, and they do. Here's Hemsky having it taken away. And Shaw, a long pass ahead, just out of the reach of Saad. He gets together with Petrie in behind, and Saad came up with a puck. Across, and never reached Kane. Nugent Hopkins cleared the zone.
It's up somebody's pants.
And now that it was
right up the
pants of Nugent Hopkins. And the referee lost sight of the puck, so he had to stop the play.
Better get a seamstress. Time now for our GMC professional grade save, and there's the opportunity for Andrew Shaw. It was all started because of a good power move by Brandon Saad. You see the puck hit the right inside of the pad of Devin Dubnyk. Even when he's down, Pat, like that, he still takes up like 77% of the net.
That is a lot of them. Standing 6'6", and is he one of those guys that you're thinking elevate when you get a chance on him?
I think it's right away, Pat, or it is you got to wait, because majority of the goaltenders go down, so I think there's a lot of room in between the legs as well. So if you can hold on to wait a second longer, think between the legs, the 5-hole.
Now the puck picked up by Taves. Around to check, walks in, shoots, Dubnyk, good save. And the rebound to Nugent Hopkins. On to pass it to himself off the boards against the forward Sharp. But Patrick Sharp had a great read on that. Turned quickly and got the puck out. Now Schultz ahead for Hall. Taylor Hall to Sam Gagner, back to Hall. Looking to center. Good stick by Raanta. Broke up the pass. And Kane comes back. He's going to draw a penalty. Kane gets the line, a mishandle. Will bring a whistle, and the Hawks will get their second power play chance of the night.
Well, Taylor Hall in the box and go back to the opportunity for Jonathan Toews up high around the mask of Devin Dubnyk. And I like the play here by Patrick Sharp. You mentioned Pat Nugent Hopkins trying to pass the puck to himself. Good defensive play by Sharp, the forward playing D, and Hawks on the power play.
Board battle here, and Toews won the puck. Now Sharp's got it, and he shot it. Oh, and he had Dubnyk ducking out of the way of a high hard one. And the Oilers able to clear it. Now Kane, who assisted on the second Hawks goal, got it to Keith. Now Kane on the board. Toews tried to center shot to knock down loose puck in front of White by shot, and went just wide. Rebound back to Keith. Keith looks across to Sharp. Here's a shot attempt, and a penalty coming up against the Oilers again. Hawks, now this puck, if it goes into the net, it's going to be a good goal, and it is! The Hawks have scored on their own vacated net with a delayed penalty to be called.
Patrick kick puck around. The initials 135.
All right, Keith to Kane. He had it knocked loose. Petrie spins to his forehand, and the clear. What a keep by Keith. That allows the 5-on-3 to get set up. Toews to the front of the net. Kane looks back to Hossa. Hossa's one-timer. A birthday ball. To Kane. He had it knocked loose. Petrie spins to his forehand, and the clear. What a keep by Keith. Knocked loose. Petrie spins to his forehand, and the clear. What a keep by Keith. That allows the 5-on-3 to get set up. Toews to the front of the net. Kane looks back to Hossa. Set up. Toews to the front of the net. Kane looks back to Hossa. Hossa's one-timer.
Puts this, and another outstanding play by the best defenseman in the National Hockey League, Duncan Keith, to keep that play alive.
And now the Hawks with a one-man advantage for another 75. Smith from the corner couldn't advance it. And a good keep by Seabrook to Leddy. Nick Leddy moves down low. His pass jumped away to Hossa. Looking down for Tubersteed. He was checked, or at least he lost it. And Petrie with time here to take a look. And that keep by Keith that you referenced. And he was Petrie, who had the puck on it, spun to his forehand, had time, and he got a lot on it. And what a great keep in, leading to a goal. Here's a centering pass. Sharp trying to muscle it home and dribble just wide. Sharp to Kane. Leddy, or I should say Seabrook's one-timer is blocked. And to bounce back the other way. Half a minute for the Hawks power play. Kane steps back in. Brings it around for Toews. Kane. Now Patrick Kane for Toews in behind. Spins it back to Oduya. Then Keith. Oduya. Kane's one-timer pass saved by Dubnyk. Rebounded Nick Schultz. He's checked. Ryan Jones picked it up and dribbled it out of the zone. The Oilers penalty over. Both teams at full strength, and the Hawks are offside here. 6.5.
Because it's your stick in an unnatural position. Put it over to the side. Keep the puck alive and have the skating ability to settle it back down. And he knew how much time he had, Pat. He knew that the Oilers only had 3 players on the ice. Get into the area and make the great play. I mean, we just saw 2 really solid defensive plays that are direct leads to Blackhawk goals. 2 of the 3 goals.
Yeah. All right, now a near steal by Hossa, but the Oilers' Eberle comes out. Left it for Hall. Taylor Hall to Ryan Nugent Hopkins, and Eberle for Hall. One-timer, partial block by Hossa. And the rebound cleared away. Here comes Toews. Jonathan Toews trying to dance on Ferentz, but the puck rolled right to Dubnyk, who covers.
Well, time now for our Illinois Lottery. Anything's possible flashback. And how about last night in Newark, New Jersey? That's Shaq driving the Zamboni at the Rock. Newark native and dropping the ceremonial face-off and looking at jersey partner. That's Alexei Ponikarovsky's jersey. I think it's the only one would fit Shaq. I think if Lou Lamoriello, the longtime president and general manager, was looking for a center iceman, I think he just found one there in Shaq.
That is a large human. Wow.
Pat, I got to tell you, when I was playing in LA back in '96, we shared some space with the Lakers in the Forum.
Yeah.
And one of his shoes was laying around. Ray Ferraro, terrific analyst for TSN up in Canada, actually put the shoe on his head and wore it as a hat. That's how big the shoe was.
Did you ever have any contact with him? Or?
Just once or twice at some fundraisers, but just driving the Zamboni. Better duck when you're going under the Jumbotron there.
All right, here's Perron in for the Oilers. Arcabello, his shot blocker aside by Ronson. By the way, it was Arcabello who was given credit for that shorthanded goal the Hawks put in their own net. He's ruled to have been the last man to touch it for the Oilers. Saad took a run at Yakupov, wound up on the deck. And now the Hawks start back. Seabrook dumped it in.
Landed right on his back, too.
Stays on the ice, which is a good sign. But you point out that could be a real awkward fall. Shot off the side by Kane. And Everly starts back to Yakupov. The move would have forced everybody offside, so Nail Yakupov has to spin back. Now the Oilers will dump it. Leddy put it up the board. Bickle coming on a change. Corrals to Versteeg. Chris Versteeg in his handle put himself offside. 4 minutes remaining in the second period. The Hawks in front of the Oilers by 1.
Time now for our Kia drive to the net. And the number one line, for the most part, for the Edmonton Oilers has been really their offense. When you look at Hall, Nugent Hopkins, and Everly.
Right now, Sharp creating a little pressure, and the puck fought for in the corner. Taken by Oduya. His long blast is seen all the way by Devin Dubnyk. When I mentioned a moment ago, when the Hawks scored on their own net, a bank pass that didn't work wound up into an open goal when the Oilers were going to get a delayed penalty, so Ranta left the net. The Hawks put it into their own net. The original announcement was Mark Arcabello. They changed that to Boyd Gordon, so the veteran Gordon will be given credit for a shorthanded tally. You can tell the grandkids he went coast to coast to the whole team on that one.
Hey, I told this story before, Pat, but I know exactly what that feeling for Patrick Kane is when you shoot the puck in your own net. It just happens. Happened when I played in Winnipeg.
Keith got a man down, lets it go, the tip, and it seemed to hit a leg out in front. And the Oilers able to clear it. Gagne, a backhand shot. Runta gave a rebound, but that wound up in the corner.
Beaten a little bit, too. There was some room on that short side. The difference between mine and Kane's scoring on my own goal. I had a goalie on mine.
Your goalie was in, right? Here's a Molig, and he could not get rid of a shot. Good recovery by Petrie. And now the Oilers come away. Hemsky cleared it into the zone, knocked away from Marinson, and now back come the Oilers. Perron had a shot right on. Good save by Ranta. And then it's captured by Seabrook. We're getting near the end of the second period here, and the Oilers have been credited so far with only 12 shots on goal. So Real solid effort so far for the home side. Here comes Sharp getting in, looking to center. Right in his Taves. He scored! An unselfish play by Patrick Sharp. He set up Donovan. Well, we're getting near the end of the second period here, and the Oilers have been credited so far with only 12 shots on goal. So, a real solid effort so far for the home side. Here comes Sharp getting in, looking to center. Right in his Taves. He scored! Into the second period. Great. Devin Dubnyk must now Kane fights towards the middle, put it to Leddy, right, and he shoots. What a save by Dubnyk. And it winds up back at center. So Jonathan Taves scores his 17th of the year. That extends a point streak to 6 in a row. Here's a chance for Leddy. Put it to Shaw, who shot his glove by Dubnyk.
Just a great move by Jonathan Taves. Sharp did a great job of avoiding the back pressure, gets it over to the captain. Looks like he's going one way, and at the last second, he just cuts right back. We talked about it earlier, Pat, on Dubnyk. Get him moving side to side. There's some maneuverability and open area between the legs. And where does Taves go? Right between the legs. Makes no mistake. And to be able to make that type of play in a small area just speaks to the skill level of the captain. That's just a great goal, traveling at a high rate of speed.
Here's a long shot from Seabrook that Dubnyk is able to handle. By the way, Eddie, on that power play goal that Hossa scored, they've added an assist now to Patrick Kane. That's his second assist of the game, which makes it his 17th multiple-point game of the season. This is the 48th game, 17 multiple-point outings for 88.
Love that home cooking.
Perron put it in. Petrie drives and shoots into the glove of Brunson, and he lost it, but Seabrook right there. And here comes for Steve. Trying to change quickly. Oilers looking to catch him in that. A long pass finds Perron. Battles towards the middle. Shoots one. And hit the leg of Chalmerson out in front. Kruger got checked. Going to be a penalty coming up for the Blackhawks. Kruger knows it's him. You can see his anger when he slapped the puck back to the corner. And the Oilers are going to get their first man advantage of the night.
Well, it's going to end up being a hook on Marcus Kruger right there around the hands. Right call made. A big 55.7 seconds remaining here in the second period.
Well, the Blackhawks PK was great a couple of times last night in Montreal, and they've had a pretty decent run here of late. Kruger got checked. Going to be a penalty coming up to the Blackhawks. Kruger knows it's him. You can see his anger when he slapped the puck back to the corner. And the Oilers are going to get their first man advantage of the night.
A power play goal. Gives the Oilers a 3-1 lead.
0% penalty score.
It's going to end up being a hook on Marcus Kruger right there around the hands. Right call made. A big 55.7 seconds remaining here in the second period.
Well, the Blackhawks PK was great a couple of times last night in Montreal, and they've had a pretty decent run here of late. Last 10 games, only 3 goals against. 3 have been converted in their last 3 outings. Nugent Hopkins takes a look. Now Hall. Around for Nugent Hopkins. He had 3 points in that victory we told you about over the Penguins the other night. Nugent Hopkins. Jammed it loose. Chalmerson got there, couldn't clear it. Gagne rings it around. He wants Everly on this side. 10 left. Here's a pass over. Nugent Hopkins takes a look. Now trying to center that deflects. And the Oilers aren't going to get the puck to the net. Here's a long attempt. Blocked. by Hanzus as he skids in front and deflected out of play. The Oilers with a lot of zone time and not one shot attempt against Runta.
Looked like they were looking for the most perfect shot and getting the last shot of the period instead of looking for more quantity. And a great effort there by Michael Hanzus late.
A 19-shot period for the Hawks. They outshoot them 19-6. It's 30-13 in the game. It was 1-1 coming in. Andrew Shaw put the Hawks in front. Then the Oilers got an empty net shorthander and a Hawks miscue. They got that back with a 2-man advantage, and then Taves made it a 2-goal lead.
This period
Edmonton
of Blackhawk
NHL
hockey
January 12
was brought to you by Toyota.
Chicago Blackhawks,
Elevate your
CSN,
style
YouTube, and
with the
5 more pages,
2014
personal, Microsoft Edge,
Toyota
and
Corolla.
complimentary video player.
Blackhawks
0%
hockey
scroll.
on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Do you believe in the power of possibility? The Illinois Lottery. Anything's possible. And by Toyota. Elevate your style with the 2014 Toyota Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to the United Center where the Blackhawks will take a 2-goal lead into period 3. Assistant coach Jamie Compon has a headset on for us. Jamie, we've been sitting up here marveling at the play of Duncan Keith, particularly tonight. His ability to read, break up plays. I mean, 3 times he's broken up plays. 10 seconds later, it's in the back of the other net. Can you talk to us a little bit about that ability that he has? When's the right time to do it? Is it all about reading and reacting? When do you step up? When do you back off?
Well, I think the big thing with him is he's got such great skating skills. His mobility is unbelievable because of the fact that he can have that tight gap. And when we do have protection with that F3 depth, he can go and he reads so well in terms of picking those plays off and reading the situation, because our F3 depth, our gap guy, he's coming back soft locking, and he can read the situation and where the puck's going. And now we want those quick ups. We want to get through that neutral zone clean, and we're on the attack again.
Hey, Jamie, we got a lot of young hockey players out there and coaches. The importance of having a good stick. Seen a lot of guys over the years. I mean, there aren't many guys better with a better stick than Duncan Keith. You just talk about that from a coaching technique of having such a good stick as a defenseman.
Well, it's such a great tool, and people just take it for granted. Young kids, from young kids to NHL players, we got to keep reminding them: lead with your stick, stick on the ice, stick on the ice. Don't slap the stick. You got to have stick on puck, and that's the biggest thing. Dunks always has a stick on the ice. He breaks up plays. He goes into puck areas. He's not overly physical, but he goes into puck areas, leads with his stick on puck, and then we're transitioning the other way.
All right, so far so good for the first 40. Good luck here in the third.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, guys.
That was very nice, by the way. We did that in harmony.
Brilliant.
I feel like the 4 tops right now.
I'm trying to add that up. There's only 2 of us.
Well,
we have one more. It'd be 3 of us.
Hogs and Messina? I don't know who. Oilers with the power play to open up the third, and the Hawks able to clear it right away.
And the third period of Blackhawk hockey is brought to you by Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, and welcome all those of you watching on CSN Northwest.
Hall lipped it to Nugent Hopkins. It jumped away from him. Taves able to get it out. Here he comes with Hossa. Taves looking to drive short-handed. Now the shot, and a kick save by Dubnyk. Jordan Eberle steps into the Hawks zone, flipped it to Hall. Now Nugent Hopkins dropped it to Justin Schultz. He put it across. Eberle to Schultz. Nugent Hopkins tried a shot. That was blocked. Chased down by Seabrook. The Oilers really slow to react to that loose puck. Seabrook got it to Smith. He walks it. What a save by Dubnyk. And the Hawks penalty over both teams at full strength. Aronson rings it around the board. And now Patrick Kane. And here comes Sharp. Sharp pulls off his pass stolen. Now they bank it ahead for Perron. He looks into the zone. Perron centered one. Here's a cut. That was fired wide by Arcabello. Aronson trotted along and blocked by Tay. And the race to center. Aronson will tie up the stick of Kane. Arcabello the other way to Perron. Arcabello carried on. Now Perron from the corner. He is forced all the way back to center ice. Boyd Gordon cleared it ahead. Here's a blast by Gatz. It comes off the inboard. Good reaction by Ronti. Ronti made the initial stop but kept his eye on the puck, and when it took a hot bounce right back toward him. Could have been trouble, but he soaked it up.
A couple of good looks here in the first 2 minutes of the third period. Great ability there by Brent Smith to stay with that puck, create the chance, and there you see Jonathan Toews getting the puck in behind Justin Schultz. Watch him protect the puck right there, and he gets it right back. And a good stop there from Devin Dubnyk. Captain with a real strong game here tonight against the Oilers.
Here's Keith. Flipping it out to center. Barron's broke it up. Now they get in. Justin Schultz's pass deflecting to Marcus Kruger. Kruger into the zone. Trying to slip it in front. That didn't get there.
Got to shoot that puck.
Keith, a good Keith. Now into the corner it goes. Bowling looks to Smith. And Smith lost it. And Justin Schultz starts back. The Oilers peel off to change as Seabrook retrieves. Back goes Nick Schultz for the Oilers. Hemsky is tied up at center. They're able to battle it deep into Chicago ice. Hjalmarsson there. Taves cleared into the Oiler end. And there's Beloff for Edmonton. Arcabello taken away by Oduya. To Brookbank. Now Taves. Looks to Hossa. The pass just missed him. Marian Hossa, by the way, with a goal and an assist in the game, is a +1 so far tonight. That puts him at +24 for the year. And with Henrik played tonight, +24 led the league. Depending on what else is happening around the NHL, he may lead in that category. A big scrum happens right at the side of the goal. Oilers trying to pry it loose. Perron drawing the attention of Shaw. Marian Hossa, you mentioned with a goal and assist. That's 3 goals the last 5 games. He had gone quite a while, as we pointed out last night, without a lot of lamplighting himself. But when you talk about the list of two-way players, I mean,
yeah, he's on the short list.
If any are ahead of him, it's not a very long list.
Well, the skating ability, and you heard assistant coach Jamie Compound talk about the stick of Duncan Keith, and you could certainly say those same things with a guy like Marian Hossa. Very rarely he ever skates around the ice with a stick above his waist, always forcing defensemen into very few options, and that's the one thing I marvel at. I think they might be checking to see if that puck, maybe crossed the goal line at any point there. That last scramble around Antti Raanta. But just finishing up the thought on Hossa is that very few players, Pat, get in on a forecheck and maybe take away every option a puck carrier has when they're exiting the zone. And Marian Hossa has that ability because of his skating ability, knowing where the options are for that puck carrier and be able to shut them off. And all of a sudden the guy thinks he has 3 options. Next thing you know, with Hossa on the ice are coming at him, he's looking at -1. I don't have any. I better know that I got to get on the offensive side because he's going to take it from me.
Take a look at some of what they're looking at in the war room in Toronto.
Top of your screen, there's Antti Raanta, kicks that puck, and Good battle there from the Hawks to help out their goaltender.
So it remains 4-2.
The Hawks to help out their goaltender.
So it remains 4-2. And the draw picked up by Kruger. Marcus Kruger dropped it to Seabrook. A long shot soaked up by Dubnyk. Good save with no rebound. A couple of red sweaters in the neighborhood, but Dubnyk gave him nothing.
Nice play there from Kruger to Seabrook. Oh, Friday. This Friday, January 17th, the Hawks will take on the Anaheim Ducks. Be one of the first 10,000 fans to enter the United Center to receive an Andrew Shaw bobblehead. Presented by Mesereau Financial. Visit ChicagoBlackhawks.com for ticket info.
Hey, we saw that look from him tonight. He scored a goal early in the second, and
kind of like that when I go home. When the lovely and talented Diana Olczyk talks to me, I'm like a bobblehead. Just yes.
That's why you've lasted so long.
I do want to give a shout out, Pat, to my dad, who's a little bit under the weather and on the road to recovery. So wish my dad all the best. And there's Andrew Shaw. That'd be a nice looking bobblehead.
Yeah, there. Absolutely. And yeah, Ed Senior, hope you're feeling well. Had a little surgery a week or so ago, and I'm sure on the mend, and won't be very much longer before he's on the first tee. Hemsky throws it across to Hall. Now the puck stolen by the Oilers. Here's a pass in front. Schultz trying to play. Good pass to Hall. That was a tap-in goal. Justin Schultz, a terrific setup to Taylor Hall. He had an easy tap-in, and the Oilers back within one. Now the puck stolen by the Oilers. Here's a pass in front. Schultz trying to play. Good pass to Hall. That was a tap-in goal. Justin Schultz, a terrific setup to Taylor Hall. He had an easy tap-in, and the Oilers back within one. Pass in front.
That's level net. Leading with your stick through you or past you, and the puck's going to end up in your net.
Now Petrie goes across. A long shot. Marinson, that deflected just wide. And Saad able to hoist it out of there. He's going to be icing Edmonton.
Well, tonight at 10 o'clock, stick around for Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC. On the show, we'll have highlights and post-game reaction from the NFL divisional playoffs and much more from the game here tonight. Luke Stuckmeyer will have a post-game report. Don't miss Sportsnet Central tonight at 10, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Here's Arcabello moving in, shooting. He missed the target. Now they work in the corner, and Hawks able to come away. Brandon Saad able to battle his way in his zone around. Petrie trying to center a shot. What a save by Dubnyk! Great rush by Saad. It gave a chance to Shaw, and somehow Dubnyk made a spectacular point-blank save. But the Hawks will head to the power play after that rush. They're up one.
As we take a look from our captain, Morgan RoboCam. Andrew Shaw going hard at that. Great effort here from Brandon Saad to move this puck all the way over and actually draws a penalty here, Andrew Shaw, by Mark Cabello, and he's in the box. Andrew Shaw's had a strong game here tonight. A real strong game by number 65.
Well, the Oilers able to win a draw, so Petrie will hammer it the other way. Hawks have a power play goal tonight. That was with a two-man advantage. They're 1 out of 3 so far in the game.
Let's Seabrook out here with Keith, Pat, to start this power play.
Kane. Keith to Kane. Around a check, walks right in. Now a backhand shot. Dubnyk somehow made a save. What a spectacular sequence from Kane. And Dubnyk able to fight it off.
Petrie thought he was going to shoot the puck. Respected that shot. And he walked right around him.
An Oilers steal and a good save made by Ranta. Able to deny Nugent Hopkins. Back comes Saad. Now Hossa with 2 points tonight. Hossa takes a look. To Versteeg. He had to drop it back. Leddy across to Oduya. No Sharp on this power play yet. There's a Saad going back to Leddy. Nick Leddy hangs on. Centered one. Saad couldn't get his stick loose enough to pull the trigger. Nugent Hopkins able to backhand it the other way. Now down to half a minute for the Hawks power play. Here comes Kane. Brings it around for Sharp. He got checked. Oilers able to clear it. Now Perron racing it down. David Perron with a backhand shot, missing the net.
After Perron took that shot there, Pat, he got a little slash at Antti Ranta as he went by the net. It wasn't Perron the guy who took a run at it to Johnny Oduya the last time that the Hawks were in Edmonton?
Twice.
At the end of the game.
There's a shot blocked from Perron. Now Keith able to settle things down.
Real interesting here, Pat, that Joe Quenneville went to a safer look on the power play with no forward on the point.
Kruger's shot never got to the net. Oduya tries. That missed the target. Bounce all the way back to Eberle. Hjalmarsson stays right with him. That's an offside play.
Usually you see Patrick Sharp, as you mentioned, Pat. I hadn't seen him the first 2 rotations on this power play, and there's that beautiful move from Patrick Kane again, selling the shot. Walks right around Jeff Petrie, gets in a little bit too tight, and isn't able to get that elevation. Look at the mask there. Look at the stick of Patrick Kane get caught in the mask of Devin Dubnyk. Oh, almost just picked it right off his head. Saw defensemen on both of every one of those units. I think we saw 4 different units there, Pat, on the 2 minutes. So safety shown there by Coach Q.
Smith walks in with a shot, missing the mark. Oduya centered one. A redirect went wide off of Smith. Hjalmarsson tries a long one into the glove of Dubnyk.
Well, it's a new year, but you can still relive the 2013 Stanley Cup Championship with 1 goal to the inside story, the Chicago Blackhawks dream season. From the streak to the banner raising and all the excitement in between. Each book includes a copy of Blackhawks TV Championship DVD, 17 seconds. Buy your copy today at all Blackhawks store locations. For more info, visit ChicagoBlackhawks.com.
Here's Brookbank. His rink wide picked off. Hemsky the other way. Throws it deep. Hacked right through the slot area by Yakupov. But the Hawks now have Hanzus. And it's dumped into the Oilers' zone. Versteeg came off the boards. Dropped it to Brookbank. Then Hanzus. Bickle trying to get to the middle. He did. He could get his stick free away from Arcobello, but he still got the puck. Bickle, a long wrist shot is blocked out in front of the net, and a penalty coming up as Hanzus was trying to chase down Petrie. And it looked like it might be Devin Dubnyk with the hauling down of Hanzus.
Yeah, right there.
Good shift there for Brian Bickle. Circling the wagons, buying some time, shaking off the defense. And not a good penalty there from the goaltender.
Taves wins a draw. Again, 2 defensemen on the points here to open this power play. Keith looks across to Seabrook. He'll tee it up for a blast. It's blocked out of a rebound. Deflected wide. Taken by Sharp. Now Keith to Sharp. Goes down low to Taves. Dropped it back to Keith. Again, the captain. Keith's one-timer. And Dubnyk had a good look at that.
Somebody's got to get in front of the net there. Patrick Sharp standing off to the side of the net. Taves works himself up there. You got to know when that puck is going to have an opportunity of getting to the net. Easy save for Devin Dubnyk.
So still 90 seconds of power play time here for Chicago. And again, as with the last power play, first 2 rotations have 2 defensemen as the point men. It's ordinarily Sharp assumes one of those spots. Here comes Oduya back to Leddy. Now Johnny Oduya. It was checked by Nugent Hopkins. And the Oilers able to clear.
I'm a little bit surprised, Pat, that they've gone away from the number 1 unit. Yeah, that's playing safe, really, when you think about it, especially when you go to that first unit. You don't have Sharp on the ice, and you go ahead with Seabrook and Keith on the back end.
Loose puck for Saad. He couldn't pull the trigger. Held in beautifully by Seabrook. Now a shot by Saad and stopped by Dubnyk. Rebound loose to Hossa. Seabrook kicks to the stick to Leddy. Lets it go. Good save by Dubnyk through a side screen. And the Oilers then clear.
He's made a couple of real good stops.
A mishandle by Runta nearly cost him, but Jones couldn't get it all the way out in front. And the Hawks look to move back. Here comes Patrick Kane. Going to ring it around, hoping for Sharp, and he's not going to get there, and the Oilers will clear it easily. And that's going to finish the Edmonton penalty. Sharp stripped of it by Taylor Hall. Both teams now are at full strength. Back in Taves to the middle, to the backhand. He shoots. He makes the save. Rebound to the Oilers.
Wow, what a move.
And Hensky the other way. Lost as he got to the line. He's long pass missing. Sharp going to be icing Chicago. Well, Jonathan Taves scored earlier in this game on a very similar opportunity.
Oh, don't feel too bad, young man. That's going to happen to you when you're playing against one of the best players in the entire world. And it's the second time now we've seen Jonathan Taves in that same area of the ice pad come down and make a quick move and go around a defenseman for the Edmonton Oilers.
Joel Quenneville will utilize his timeout after that icing call, so that brings us to the KFC Fan Cam. 21,424, the announced crowd here tonight on West Madison Street.
The chances we got a shot with somebody having some soft serve ice cream tonight.
As long as you mention it to Bulldog, it's gonna happen.
Attaboy, DT. Good time out there by Coach Q. Give your guys an opportunity to breathe a little bit. Just go over your assignments again.
All right, so Taves and Gagne for the draw. There you go.
There's the guy.
Taves wins it. The clearing attempt by Brookbank didn't touch anybody, though, so they'll have to do it again. Take a look at the ANA Airlines upcoming schedule. Hawks beginning a week-long homestand tonight. Tuesday, a good team in Colorado coming in. Friday, a better team in Anaheim coming in. And next Sunday, a rematch of the Stanley Stanley Cup Finals from last spring.
Good win last night for the Bruins on their road trip. Win in San Jose, 1-0.
Yeah, didn't give up a goal. Now an Oiler keep by Hemsky. He's got a goal and assist tonight. Couldn't make anything happen here. And Sharp gets the other way. Hawks in need of a change. Will get it in, get off. Andrew Ferentz back ahead for Edmonton. Schultz's pass didn't work. Picked up by Bolig to Smith. Lost it as he approached the blue line.
Separate there by Hall on the back check.
7 minutes remaining in the third period. 4-3 in favor of the Hawks. Kruger put it in front. Here's a Smith shot up off the glass. Rebound came back up almost over top of the net, but hit the backside and stayed in behind. Now Perron hacked it towards the middle. Petrie in deep. Left Petrie. Put it across. There's Marincin going to the other side. Here's a centering pass. Tip. Good save by Ronson to redirect Perron. And then it's knocked away from Perron out to the line. Kept by Petrie. Kruger takes it back. Got it to Bolig. Pushing it ahead. The Hawks in need of a change. Here's Ryan Smith getting back in. Everly out of the corner. His pass stolen by Kane. Patrick Kane into the Oilers zone. Right around Yakupov. Now walks in and shoots. In and out of the glove of Dubnyk. Picked up Shaw. Out in front to Keith. He waits. He wires. And missed the net. A good keep by Seabrook. His long wrister. He's got a redirect. Dubnyk picked up Shaw. Out in front to Keith. He waits. He wires. Right around Yakupov. Now walks in and shoots. In and out of the glove of Dubnyk. Picked up Shaw. Out in front to Keith. He waits. He wires. And missed the net. A good keep by Seabrook. His long wrister. He's got. He was watching him. But he had a long back-to-back shift there. And the Hawks back up by a pair. Here's Sharp centering. Hossa with a whack. That went wide. And Marian Hossa works it out of the corner. Back to Chalmerson. Along Hall. With help, got it out. And Oilers both changing as it's dumped back in there. Smith cleared the Edmonton end. Chris Versteeg put it back in. Pontus lines it around. Versteeg left it for Bickle. Oiler player lost the stick, allowing Bickle to walk right out. And a second straight night, he beats the goalie, hits the goalpost. He did that late in the third period last night. He does it late in the third period this evening again. Now, cleared in behind Arcabello. Centered one. Here's a quick shot. Well wide from Beloff. Lenny got wrapped up in the corner. Oilers digging loose. Here's Perron. Oh, that hit the headgear. It sounded like it hit Toronto right in the melon. As Yakupov managed to clear it. 3:33 to go in the third period. 5-3 in favor of the home team. As it's dumped back into Chicago ice. Seabrook with it. And Smith bangs it the other way. Beloff moved it ahead. Gagne put it into the Hawk zone. Pass in front. Yakupov couldn't settle it down. Beloff brings it around. Seabrook looking for Smith. It came back to Seabrook, and he finds his partner. Now it deflected. Picked up by Kruger. Moving in center. Oh, and a pass deflected. Just jumped over Hosa's stick. Hosa across for Sharp. His wrister into the glove of Dubnyk, who will hold with 2.5 remaining. And the Blackhawks up by 3 after an Andrew Shaw redirect. Gave them their 5th lift.
Big Hosa. Duncan. He's been
great. But yeah, you know, you got Shaw's got a couple of goals, and Hosa's got a few points, and
just from
lots of candidates.
Not the chair that I sit in for watching the completeness and not just looking at the numbers.
Yeah. But you know, we talk about it a fair amount, and I don't think it can be overstated because certainly not from a coaching standpoint. Defense leading to offense. I mean, everything you showed us, the Oilers have their goalie off. 6 attackers with 2 minutes left. Here's Hall in front. A quick shot by Schultz. Didn't get a lot on it. A fluttering chance up the board. Hall spins it back up the boards. Marinson's long shot never got through. Picked up Kruger. He's got an empty net in front of him. Gets the red line. Tries, but it's blocked by Marinson. Taylor Hall looking to start back. That got jammed up. Now Justin Schultz with 1.5 to go. Hall, the chip and chase, but we beat to it by Jalmerson. Taylor Hall. Helped on the boards by Jordan Eberle. Rolled it loose. Nugent Hopkins put it across. Here's a long shot. And a good save by Runty. He had a good look at that. And they managed to make the save and give no rebound.
Pat, for the Edmonton Oilers, they have all these players on the ice. Watch Alex Hemsky when this puck goes. Watch where he goes. Behind the net. Puck is getting to the middle. Standing off to the side. That's an easy save for the goaltender. Somebody's got to go to the front of the net. All you got to do is look.
Hawks win it, draw Sharp. Fortunately, he got it out. And the final minute of regulation time. They try to get it in. That pass jammed up beautifully by O'D. Picked up Hosa for the empty net. He shot it just wide. Now taken by Gagne. He turned it over to Sharp. He'll look in front, the long shot. Oh, that's blocked. But Gagne turned that over. He knew he better block that shot. And he paid a price to do it. He's very slow to get up. Loose puck. Hosa couldn't get it through. And a couple of open net bids for the Hawks. Now Gagne just has to hoist it ahead. They turn it over with 15 left. The Hawks making another chance to add one. But Hall had it knocked away. Hosa picked it up. Helped by Jalmerson. 2 seconds. Hawks win. Hawks making another chance to add one. With 15 left. Helped by Jalmerson. 2 seconds. Hawks win.
Shut up.
In their first 48 games, and the Hawks gathered in their first 48 games.
Shut up.
Once again, fill the building.
Solid effort. Didn't get off to the start they wanted, Pat. Playing from behind. A lot of contributors. And scoring goals in a lot of different ways. And a solid performance from the backup goaltender, Antti Raanta.